It's a good afternoon to you. Welcome to Sports Hub on Impact Radio 102.1 FM, where we serve you the latest in the world of sports. And definitely, we are ready to go today on another exciting Saturday, the first Saturday in the month of August. 5 minutes past 2, this is the time. And definitely, we are ready to go. And ladies and gentlemen, you've heard the news already. If you haven't heard, you most likely are under a rock. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, one thing is sure, it is going to be a great time for the Tigress as they, of course, are looking to make an incredible history in the world of female basketball. A brand new team. This guy is literally a set of players, a brand new team, brand new coach, and their first tournament outside together. Guess what? They are in the finals. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. This guys beat host Rwanda to zoom into the final. And this is after playing back-to-back matches in, of course, the quarterfinal and semi-final. And they were like, yo, man, we're not resting. When it comes to delivering, we have a lot to do. I'm going to show you guys that we're here to win, all right? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're going to look into, of course, what the Tigers are doing. In the meantime, we'll take a look, of course, into what is happening in the world of boxing, where we're hearing that the fight between Joshua and Dillian Whyte has been cancelled. Yeah. Dillian Whyte is out. Of course, want to know why? Stick around on the show. We'll let you know what has happened. In the meantime, transfer stories are making the round. Man United has put pen to paper for the striker Rasmus Højlund. And the question is it the right fit for Man United? Should they have gotten an Harry Kane instead? Should they have actually put some money and bought Harry Kane as opposed to this guy? Well. Let us wait and see. Time will tell. How much did they have to cough out? £72 million. How much they had to cough out for Rasmus Højlund, who I feel is not even on Osimhen's level, by the way. But it's fine. But it's fine.
Is this playing?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We also got a lot on the show. Well, as one side of Manchester is buying, the other side is buying as well. Man City are also buying, of course. When are they never buying? They are always buying. In fact, I'll have called them Bayern Munich because they know how to buy players a lot. Josko Gavidol is now a player in, of course, is now a Citizens. All right, stick around. We'll let you know how much that has gone for, and of course, what to expect this season. All this and many more bits on the show right here on Impact Radio 102.1 FM, as well as the actions holding, of course, going on right now in New Zealand and Australia regarding the Women's World Cup. As of course, the Super Falcons will be playing on Monday, 8:30 Nigerian time. People will be at work already or in traffic, depending on where in Lagos they are. But of course, we are waiting. The team is talking. Well, take a look at the chances of the team against a very powerful English side. My name is ADT, the radio OG, and of course, as always, I am not a loner on the radio. I am not Mayoko. I'm not a certified loner. On the show today, I'm joined by two interesting gentlemen and gentlewomen. Let me start to the lady on my left. Of course, you know what? She's always ready to take AY apart on the show every Saturday. It's like she has a mission. My mission is to come and tear AY to shreds. And she always succeeds every Saturday. Well, anyways, I like that AY being a gentleman,
We go.
Let the ladies have it,
Just for life.
Just for life. A government's name, Oluwatomi Oborode. But on the airwaves, you know her as Tomi with the EY. Welcome to the show, Tomi. How are you doing? Good afternoon.
I'm doing great. Good afternoon.
You look great, by the way.
I do.
And just so you know, I've still not forgiving you for that, for that package you received for that Benz today. But it's fine. It's okay. It's okay.
Which Benz? Okay. My L package. At least
you need to come and see. You need to have seen what happened today when I was coming to the office this morning. I caught Tommy in a very compromising position, but it's fine. It's fine.
Hey!
It's okay. It's okay.
That's
it's okay.
a lie.
It's okay.
Mommy, that is a lie.
How are you doing, man? Welcome to the show.
I'm doing great. I'm doing okay. What about you? How have you been? How are you doing?
I mean, we thank God for God.
I'm excited because it's Afro basketball, and we talked about this last week Saturday.
Yeah.
And I'm excited that the girls have actually made it to the finals. Beautiful. Right now, Wakama doing absolutely amazing. Her first weeks in coaching in this position, and she has won all her games. We're just waiting for the final match. Even though she doesn't win it, she has done absolutely she has done brilliantly well. She has proved herself beyond doubt that she can do this job.
First outing, straight from the job, and she's giving results.
Like, seriously, are you joking? And looking at the Super Falcons now, we guys are just giving us back to back. I'm so excited because we are happy. We are in the round of 16, and we are going to be playing on Monday, like you said. And South Africa will be the first African to play tomorrow. We can't wait to see that. I'm wishing them all the best, and I'm wishing Super Falcons all the best as well. And why would I appreciate Manchester United? It's plenty. We are playing a preseason match right now.
Yeah.
Amazing. And I saw the signing Holland. Sorry, you were saying so. Excuse me, Olaf. You were saying something that
I asked the question. Should Man not have gotten Harry Kane?
Why would they have gotten Harry Kane? Holland is 20 years old.
He's younger.
How old is Harry Kane?
Harry Kane is a proven scorer.
And
he knows the Premier League.
I mean, did you watch Holland last season at Atlanta?
Yeah.
No, you didn't. I don't think you did.
If
you did,
of course,
then you shouldn't actually just worry with our side.
It was phenomenal in Atlanta, but of course, Osimhen took the show last season.
That is Osimhen.
Anyways, it's fine.
And it's just 20 years. How old is Osimhen? It's 23 years or 24 now. Okay. Wow, this is what it is.
Potato.
Give him his credit when he plays next season.
We're going to say, of course. I just hope this is not one of the so many big money flukes that Man U goes to buy.
It is not going to be.
They have a history of always splashing the cash on players, and when they come through, I mean, we have the names. The list is endless with Man U.
Well, but when Man U splashed the deal on the money on Ronaldo, he was young. The one he be splashing, they've not been as young as this.
People are comparing this to Ronaldo's signing, but let's see how it goes.
He has not been as young. Is it Di Maria? Maria was not young. It was not this age.
Sancho was young as well.
20? Was it 20? How old was 20 something?
Yeah.
Was not as young as the Falcao.
Okay.
Is it?
No, Wahala. We're gonna see how he pans out. All right. Of course, John on the show as well. To the man to my own right. For government's name, Ayodeji Ajiboye. If you want to sign me a check, but of course, on the airways, you're calling me Why the Way Sugar. My own right hand man. How are you doing, my man? Welcome to the show.
All right, good afternoon, Damilola. Good afternoon to our listeners out there. Yeah, it feels good to be back on the sport.
Calm down. Be coming down. Good afternoon, Damilola. Me, I'm not here.
See what I said. That's what I said about Toby always getting ready to tear you apart every Saturday.
Toby, good afternoon.
Yes,
how are you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Yeah, just like Dami mentioned. Yeah, you're looking. I mean,
nice.
Take home to mom.
Yeah.
Probably that was like the best came around.
Hey, young man, focus on the show. Don't lose focus on the show.
All right, guys, we are here. We are here to talk sport and then to make sure you guys are enjoying your afternoon. Yes, a lot of things have been happening in the ever exciting world of sport. I tell you, it's always bubbling. And yes, to come in first off, I mean, someone just mentioned something about Ojlund. I don't know when that thought came to my mind. Like, is this playing? I mean, yes, just like Tommy Riley mentioned, Ojlund is just 19, 20-year-old. And I mean, Manchester United have actually done something like this in the time past, talking about the times of David Beckham, where we're actually hunting for a new striker. And then we just went for this unknown Cristiano. And then look at him now.
Yeah.
Same thing happened. That time it was supposed to be a certain Ronaldinho that United should have signed when Beckham left. And so it did happen like that. So let's just give Ojlund, the chance to do it. And yes, the other side of Manchester as well. Gavido has hit the ground running in the German Bundesliga. He's done it just when RB Leipzig they lost Upamecano and then Ibrahim Konate to Liverpool as well. He stood his ground and then he showed why he's the man he is. But then I feel like he still has a lot of work to do on his game and then fitting into that Manchester City side, because City, you all know, their backline is filled up already. And then if he doesn't want to be the fourth pick or the fifth pick, he just needs to show himself, because right now you can tell that a certain Nathan Ake is also deputizing as a left wing player now. So to tell you that their backside is full already. You have Manuel Akanji, you have Amri Laporte, though we don't know if Laporte will be leaving or not. so guys, we are here to talk sport, and yes, I'm happy for the Tigers. I mean, I'm wishing for them to do the 4-pit really, so that it can be some kind of record for them. But then with the Senegalese are able to do it too, some kind of record on their own part to win the 12th FIBA AfroBasket, one that is going to go down in the record. So let's just say
against Nigeria, so all right, make their history somewhere else.
All right, let's see how it goes. But of course, as a sports show today, it's going to be a cracker of a show. I can promise you that on God. All right.
No shades, me.
I like my guys will say 100.
No shades.
Okay, no,
I'm not putting on shades.
We'll see. Well, yeah, where one actually
recommended glasses,
okay.
not shades.
Well. The shade is a shade. Whether it's an orange tree shade or it's a crayon shade, the shade is a shade. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's go to break and we come back. This sports stories and many more will bring to your listening pleasure today on, of course, the show. My name is ADT, and of course, I'm joined by Tommy as well as AY The Wave Sugar. We'll be back after this break.
The storylines, the thrill of victory, the agony of defeat. The inside info and all the action on and off the field. Catch up with all your favorite sporting action live on Sports Hub every Mondays and Wednesdays, 7:30 p.m. and on Saturdays at 2 p.m. right here on High Impact 102.1 FM.
All right, welcome back to the show. It's still Sports Up on Impact Radio 102.1 FM. And ladies and gentlemen, we're about to begin the show. And let's start off with some exciting news coming out from the world of boxing. Well, exciting and disappointing. And, well, it depends on which side of the show you're, which side of the fandom you fall on. But, of course, it's happening already. Dillian White will not be making the fight against Anthony Joshua. Dillian White has returned an adverse finding from a doping test, causing his heavyweight rematch against Anthony Joshua on August 12th to be cancelled. The Voluntary Anti-Doping Association, VADA, informed promoters, matchroom and boxing authorities of the test results. In light of this news, the fight will be cancelled and a full investigation will be conducted, said a matchroom statement. Joshua could still fight at London O2 Arena if a new opponent can be found. The fight between Joshua and White, a rematch of the 2015 bout, was announced a month ago. Joshua, who is of course 33 years of age, knocked out 35-year-old Dillian White in the 7th round of the heated British title fight 8 years ago, which also took place at the O2 Arena as the event lost to his rival on the amateur circuit. Olympic gold medalist Joshua went on to become a two-time world champion. White, who lost his only world title challenge to Tyson Fury in 2022, beat Joshua by decision as an amateur in 2009 to start what became a bitter rivalry. Joshua gained revenge when the pair met again as professionals in December 2015, being rocked in the 2nd round but recovering to force a stoppage in the 7th round. Well, a lot of people have been looking forward to this fight, of course. I mean, we could not get a Joshua Fury fight. We could not get a Joshua Deontay Wilder fight. We could not get a Joshua Usyk win. All right. But of course, Joshua White, we saw it coming. We're thinking it's going to be one for Joshua to reaffirm himself as one guy that should not be looked away from in the heavyweight boxing category. But of course, Dillian White testing adversely. What's the word again? An adverse finding. Is the word from the Voluntary Anti-Doping Association, that's VADA, which has of course led to the fight being cancelled. Let me start with AY. Your thoughts, man? This one for me, I really when I saw this, I really don't know what to say, because I mean I felt tickets have been sold already. I mean promos have been done. As far as I know, Joshua must have most likely blown through his own first 50% of the cut already. That's if White has not blown through it already. Disappointing for fans, because I mean, this is one of the most talked about Joshua's fight since the Tyson Fury fight debacle. All right, so what are your thoughts, really?
Oh well, first of all, I would say this is devastating. I mean, to nobody, but it is. I mean, to the boxing fan.
For me, I'm happy for one.
Okay,
I'm happy for one. in the sense that that means if this fight had gone on, Joshua might have lost.
Yeah.
Well, let's just take it as that, and then I feel like heavyweight right now is in tatters too, because there's really no check, no investigation. I mean, until there's someone who's actually being held responsible for all of these things, I feel like that heavyweight is still just like that. Because I remember gone are the days when you have the likes of Fury, even a certain Ali back then. That there's standard in everything that they are doing. And then at the time we thought we've actually seen the golden generation of Usyk, AJ White, and a couple of them like that. But then everything just went down like that because of the drug and the doping things and all of. And then this is the second time a certain Dillian White will be doing this thing. Because for the record, there was a time he was supposed to have a matchup with Conor McGregor. He did the same thing again, and then he was not able to to put up for that particular fight back then. So I feel like he should be made to pay for this one. And then I feel Eddie should just get up his feet now, make sure he gets a match for Anthony Joshua, possibly with Deontay Wilder. I tell you, we just need to get someone to fight AJ right now, because I can't do all of this preparation and don't fight. Guy, why?
It's like cooking rice and cooking everything, and nobody comes to the party.
I mean, it's been training, it's been everywhere. We've been seeing the footages everywhere, and then
Joshua is always posting most times. Really, I feel like it's more now of a poster boy
right?
than a boxer. Really.
Yeah, he said he's trying to commercialize and make sure everything is getting balanced right now.
He's a fine guy now. He's just going.
Look at this is a fine guy now. What else do you say? Someone is a boxer is getting beaten left and right over the place. I say he's a fine guy.
He's still a fine guy.
Why would you be a boxer?
Solo nice
before when he's rested, when he doesn't have matches. So you should go to modeling profession. That's what suits him at the moment.
Okay.
But your thoughts on the fight, really? You think we should get someone? Probably Joshua should get someone to fight him and go on with the fight next Saturday.
Yes, definitely. You should look for someone fast.
But the question is,
because it has happened.
The question is, who will he find and be prepared to take a fight?
Right, that's the question.
Saturday.
But there will be someone. It has happened in 2019.
Might not be Saturday.
It has happened in 2019 against Jeremy Mitchell or Millwall or something. That it was they cancelled the match because of this drug thing and everything. And I'm thinking, what's coming to my mind is that, why don't these agencies like association already have the standards first before letting them prepare, buy tickets, do all this preparation, and now weeks before this match or week before this bout and everything, you're coming to tell us that they don't make the drug test and everything, you just cancel it, and someone from nowhere just has to step in just because of this ticket needs to be has been sold, and people needs their matches to be. They need to see this what they paid for. So I think there'll be someone ready and willing to actually fight, because this is unified heavyweight championship for crying out loud. So there'll be somebody willing to actually take that bout against Anthony Joshua. It's just the fact that what Anthony Joshua needs to do is just relax now, sit down, settle down, get his mental health in check. Because if he doesn't win, anybody coming to him right now, even doesn't will give the person a run for the money.
It's over. It's gone.
Like I said, modeling profession is open. Why? Just go back to the job.
Ladies and gentlemen, we wait and see what will come out of the fight, as we are waiting to see what will happen. Really, investigation will be conducted according to VADA and of course Matchroom. But of course, like you said, it's not the first time that Dillian White has had this kind of issue before.
Yes, there should be a sanction for this, I tell you.
There should be, actually. They should not just go on the carpet like that. Away from that story, let's go straight to some exciting news coming out of the basketball scene. And you might wonder, what is exciting in the basketball scene? I can tell you for certain, the Tigress, are basically roaring to the finals. Yes, Nigeria senior women's basketball team, the Tigers, has qualified for the final of the ongoing FIBA Afro Basketball Championship in Kigali to remain on course to achieve 4th title in a row. Defending champions clash with host Rwanda at the BK Arena in the semi-final stage. Nigeria trumps Rwanda by 79 points to 48. I mean, that match was one match that, Nigeria dominated from start to finish. I think the major comeback for Rwanda came in the third quarter. But at that point in time, the match was long gone. First quarter, Nigeria led for 22-6. Second quarter, 12-22. Third quarter, 17-14 went to Rwanda. But fourth quarter, 21-13. Nigeria returned to winning ways. Of course, a big one to Emi Okonkwo. Showed her class in that match. Scored 23 points, 10 rebounds, what we call a double-double in that match. She also got, of course, 2 assists to lead Nigeria ladies to their fourth consecutive final. They will now play Senegal in the final on Sunday tomorrow, and we're waiting. We're waiting for them to come back. Now, interesting stuff is the fact that Rena Wakama is going to be making history. All right, she of course was just appointed, as the coach of the Afro of the Tigers, and of course this is our first first tournament. Now, guess what? Herself and the coach of Senegal are going to be going for one title. The coach of Senegal, Natasha Cummins, was the first woman to work as a head coach of a senior national team in Africa. The American led Cameroon to a 10th place finish in the 12th in the 12th team FIBA Women Afro Basketball Championship in Dakar, Senegal 2019. And of course, Rena, of course, she's going to be the first African woman to head a team to the Afro Basket, championship. And yeah, it's going to be a really exciting one. I love how she has been able to galvanize the team. It's like she's listening and she's looking out for the team, because right now the team is having some more synergy. We saw what happened in their first match. It was usually individual performances, but right now in the last two matches they've gelled together. They found a way to communicate, and it's working out for them. Let me ask, of course, we had a conversation last Saturday about how we see them going to tournament. Of course, we're not sure. We saw the team. We think was good, of course, in terms of individual talent, but collectively we didn't see that. We see unless we're able to work on their collective effort, we didn't see them going far. The question is, right now, they've gone far already. Whether or not this is the fight they can go, they've gone far already. It's now tomorrow. They're going to play Senegal tomorrow. What do you think the game will hold? Let me start with Tommy. I think you're a lady here, so women first.
No,
it's women issues.
No, wahala. It's fine. Like we said against the first match, they didn't play as a team, and I said that match is just like a test, an experiment to see how these players will play.
Wow.
And they played individually. They played and they won the match.
We have a Rena Wakama spokesperson there.
No, it's not easy now. And they played well. Now they are playing together. They're guessing the angle of things, how they can play together, they can work as a team, and we are seeing the results. It's actually paying. It's working. And they're going to go against the likes of Senegal. Senegal, they've met twice at the finals, and they've beaten them twice at the finals. So Senegal are coming because they want to take revenge. They're not coming to just lie down. They're not coming to just lay low. They're coming because they want to win this. They won it last in 2015. I mean, the Senegalese team. They won it in 2015, and they've beaten. They lost twice by these same people that they are placed with in this final. So if Nigeria should win this, it will be the third time they will be meeting Senegal at the finals and beating them at the finals. So Senegal will be like, okay, let's just accept it that Nigeria is good, and that is what I feel. That is what Rena Wakama would actually look out for. That this team, we've beaten them before, we can do it again. These girls are young and they are good. See Osi women, I call her Osi woman because she's actually very good. And she's very good. She actually carries the team on her shoulders, on her back, and make sure, she's the playmaker and the star, and make sure that this team actually becomes very good. And we've seen them. The last match, they played absolutely they played brilliantly. They also were dumbfounded. We're like, okay, that's why Nigeria is actually the best in Africa in basketball, women's basketball. So we need to actually work more on all our stance, our techniques, everything to do better, because Senegalese are very good as well. If I've seen just one of their match. I don't know how I even came across. They are so good.
Dillard or something.
Yes, they are so good. Like, they are so good. So we just need to just work on what is just going to make them awake and work more on our strength. That's just the thing.
All right, let me come to AY now. AY, your thoughts on this? We're playing a Senegalese squad, who, of course, like you said, strong, experienced, fourth consecutive final for Nigeria, and of course Senegal as well. They are not a pusher when it comes to female basketball in Africa, and we're playing them. What are your thoughts?
Well, I feel like this is just. It's not about rocket science. It's just for them to step up their game once again and to deliver on the biggest stage, because it's more like the biggest stage now. And then they are coming up against a serial winner, just like I mentioned at the start of the show. The Senegalese are looking to get their 12th major title, and then it will be like an eclipse for them, because I'm not sure any nation will be looking to match that anytime soon. And then for Nigeria, this should be like our 9th or the 10th title we'll be looking to get this time around now. So I mean, there's a lot more difference between the two sides, but then on the basketball courts, I feel like these teams, they are very much up to the task. And then not forgetting the likes of, on some heroes like the likes of Marjana too in that the Tigress squad. I mean, she's always also playing a major part for them. And then there's a Sarah Ogoke too. So all of these ladies, you just need to give them the credit they deserve. But then, just like you mentioned, there's the Osi woman. Yeah, she's actually, literally carrying that team on her back. And then we just need to give it to the team coach as well, Rena Wakama. Within the short time she had, maybe like 2 weeks if I'm not mistaken, or maybe not even up to 2 weeks, she was able to get all of these girls together, and now she's getting, the rewards for that.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the females who you can actually say, yes, she's seen it, and then she's trying to replicate that form for the Tigers. So let's just hope they get something from that from the finals tomorrow, and then they come home with the trophy at the end of the day. It's going to be a big one.
It is
4 pits. I mean, no country has ever done that. Even the Senegalese, they'll be looking to do it as well. 4 pits. So going to be making a lot of sense on the court.
All right, let's take a little bit of a stroll down memory lane for this AfroBasket final. Senegal will be looking to win it for the 12th time in their history. Guess what? Nigeria will be looking to do that, winning the title for 4 times in a row. Guess which other country has done it before? Senegal. Senegal have also won it 4 times in a row. 1974, 1977, 1979, and 1981. You say back when, like Real Madrid would Real Madrid's Champions League. You say
so there's a record to match.
The record to match, but of course, Senegal has won it 11 times. Nigeria has won it 5 times. I'm looking to make it 6. All right. Interesting stuff is the fact that both teams have had an interesting run of great talent in the tournament. Right now, the current captain of the Tigers, Sarah Ogoke, she has actually been part of the finals of the AfroBasket finals twice, and she's yet to lose in any of which she has played.
17 and 19.
And guess what? The same one for the captain of the Senegalese squad, Ayat Traore. She has played in 6 editions of the AfroBasket tournament: 2007, 09, 11, 13, 15, and 17. And has played in 4 finals and was crowned MVP twice in 09 and 015. So experience-wise, both teams have a lot. And talent-wise, both teams also have a lot. I mean, you mentioned the likes of Emi Okonkwo, and this lady whose name always keeps my mind. Marjana too. This is other lady. What's her name now? Elizabeth Balogun, Paulus Kuyani, Akpana, and Nicola Anabasi. Great inspiration for that, and Abusi rather. Great inspiration for those teams, and let's see how it's going to pan out. Tomorrow is when the game will be played. I'm going to be looking forward to that exciting encounter. Honestly speaking, I pray and I hope that both guys come home. Not even both guys. Nigeria comes home. I don't
go to split the trophy.
Honestly speaking, but I wish both of them would luck. But of course, my Nigerian side is saying, no, let the Tigers come home with it.
Right.
I don't understand. You're Nigerian.
My Nigerian part of me saying, no, let them come home because I got a Senegalese girlfriend now.
I mean, I feel
bad. I don't want to.
I feel bad for the Tigers.
I don't want to offend her.
Why are you feeling bad for them?
Yeah, because honestly, I'm not seeing the type of noise that the football ladies are getting. And if you look at the Tigers, when it comes to about fitness, basketball is already about fitness. If you are not fit, you can't play that game.
Yeah.
And then you need to see all of these ladies, even with their
they are shredded.
Man, you need to see these ladies playing. I mean, this is not some kind of harassment or something, but then we need to focus on other sports, not just football now. We need to put our eyes into these games as well. And I tell you, they are serving us premium content.
It's actually not their fault.
Okay.
It's not their fault. It's just the fact that it's just like UEFA now putting tournaments when there's World Cup. They don't do that. They can never do that. They can never do that. That is what CAF needs to work on. They need to work on that very well. They need to know how they plan. They need to have a plan for the year. So, look at other people. Look at what the world is doing. Then arrange it with your schedule so that you get more focus on that. And that's what they do for AFCON too. And that's why they want to move it further, because we don't get more attention on that. People lose focus. We watch other clubs.
I think we are going back to January now.
AFCON,
we are going back to January now.
Yeah, we watch Syria. We watch all the other ones where we are supposed to watch, focus on AFCON and know that. So that's the problem we have. And the old schedule and everything. So they should work on that.
So right now, like you said, the FIBA tournament is going on, alongside the Women's World Cup. And right now, it's like everybody's eyes on Australia, man. Everybody's eyes on everybody's eyes is on the Falcons right now. Even though we already have like a female basketball team that's already in the finals, and we're not getting as much noise. And the Falcons are just in round of 16.
Yeah,
really.
I tell you,
like we're not sure if we're going to go far.
And not just even the Tigers alone. The Olympics qualifier is still around the corner. Tigers too. Their roster only just recently came out, I think about 2 days ago as well. I mean, the noise for all of these sports is just somehow. So we just need to create more awareness. But then I know guys do know about this thing. It's just that, just like Oluwatomi mentioned, the scheduling is one of the major things they need to work on.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's hope and pray that the Nigerian the Tigers bring it home and they tear the Senegalese ladies to shreds. They tear to shreds.
The Tigers tear the Lionesses apart.
Honestly, that would be a nice headline. That would be a nice headline, just after the match on Sunday. Away from that, but before we go straight to other stories, let's go to break. When we come back, we'll go to the World Cup, where, of course, we're going to be taking a look at the match between Nigeria and England. We're hearing that the Nigerian Falcons are eating jollof rice and pounded yam before their match, and I'm wondering that, God, please, pounded yam, pounded yam.
No, it can be.
It's fine.
We all know, literally. I mean, a layman will know it can be.
It can be.
No, why not?
But it's fine. Right, let's go. When we come back, we'll take some more sports stories and go to the World Cup happening in New Zealand and Australia at the moment. My name is ADT, a Sports Hub AY, and of course, Tommy on the show with me. We'll be back in a jiffy.
The storylines, the thrill of victory, the agony of defeat, the inside info, and all the action on and off the field. Catch up with all your favorite sporting action live on Sports Hub every Mondays and Wednesdays, 7:30 p.m. and on Saturdays at 2 p.m. right here on High Impact 102.1 FM.
Oh, welcome back to the show. It's still Sports on Impact Radio 102.1 FM. Still taking stories across the world of sports, and definitely let us take a touchdown now to the World Cup stories making the rounds at the moment. You might ask me, what World Cup stories making the rounds? Let me tell you this one on God. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Yes, the World Cup, as of course, Women's World Cup is already on the way, and matches are already being played as we speak. Matches have been played already, and scores are recorded. Some people have won, but of course, the one that is actually really, really interesting us right now is the one that concerns us, fellow Nigerians.
Under our leadership.
Fellow Nigerians, under my leadership. Super Falcons will play the Lionesses of England exactly on Monday, 8:30 a.m. And of course, we're looking and we're waiting. It's going to be a tough matchup. Of course, quite some stories about some key misses. Of course, we're still going to be missing Abiodun in that matchup. She's still observing a ban, a red card, 3 matches. This one will be our last one. Should Nigeria progress to the next round, maybe she's fit to play. But of course, we're hearing, of course, striker Kano, Uchenna Kano of Super Falcons said that, the Super Falcons are enjoying some pounded yam and some jollof rice as it's helping them focus at the World Cup. Okay, it's fine, it's okay. Have what you want. deliver the goodies. That's what that matters to Nigerians right now. But of course, let's take a look at the game. Nigeria is going to be playing a very, very tricky one. But before we come to the Nigeria game, let's take a look at the games that I played today against, of course, the Women's World Cup. It was an exciting encounter, if you ask me, for the fixtures. Just today, round of 16 were played. Spain are now through to the next round. They beat Switzerland 5-1. It's like they found their mojo at the next round. Japan also beats Norway. Japan have been beating everybody they came in contact. It's like, Japan is like saying the words, if you meet us, we beat you. We don't got no time. Japan, Norway. Japan is one team that we should look out for. Honestly speaking, I feel that Super Eagles should not beat Japan. Super Falcons should not beat Japan at this point in time. Because I feel like, these guys will give us a run for our money. And but of course, 3-1 to Japan. So Spain beat Switzerland 5-1. So Japan and Norway are through to the last 8. All right. In the meantime, more matches will be played tomorrow. Of course, we have our own South Africa. We play the Netherlands tomorrow at 3 p.m. Sweden will play USA at 3 a.m. rather. Sweden will play USA at 10 a.m. All right, and the question really right now is Monday we're going to be having a really big matchup. England will play Nigeria, Australia will play Denmark, and of course this is going to be like a really, really interesting encounter, because if Nigeria should beat England, Nigeria will play Australia again. And if Australia beats Denmark, we're going to meet again. Okay. But nonetheless, let's take a look at the match tomorrow, a match on Monday. Nigeria, England. Are you confident that the Falcons will do all it takes to curb the Lionesses? That's how we wind up.
Okay, I mean, in my own books, I feel like this is football. Anything can happen.
Oh wow, nice way to absorb yourself from all the major.
Well, then I don't know why we are just meeting. We are not meeting Lioness. We are meeting Lions and all of these things. I mean, the Tigers are meeting Lionesses. The Super Falcons are meeting Lionesses. Guys, come on. But then it's all going to make sense. I mean, even the English guys are also coming out to say the fact that the tactics of the Super Falcons is something they find a little bit dicey.
Cause they said before.
Well, you can call it mind games, but then sometimes you just have to take all of these things as credence to your game as well. Cause for all I know, at the point in time, they must have actually, sat down and watched, a rematch of these guys, and then they be like, this person is quite unpredictable and all of those things. So it's just less for the Super Falcons now to get themselves, in good shape ahead of that game. We know the England guys. I mean, the last 3 games that they have played in this competition, it's not as though they've been that super, a super team like that. Because all of their games, I think, was just maybe a 1-0 margin, just slim wins like that, and then talk about individual brilliance, maybe for the likes of Lauren James, and then they are missing a couple of players like the Walsh that actually got injured from the competition, and then other guys like that. So I feel like for the Super Falcons, they just need to get their heads right on the right track, and then go for the win in that game. I mean, it's not as though it's impossible. It might be a little bit daunting for them, but then very much rest assured that they can do it. Let's just go ahead and do this time around, because that's the only word of encouragement we can give to them right now.
I mean, before I come to Tommy now, coach, not even coach now, captain of the team, Nome Ebi, has come out to say that, what, we don't care who they are. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, Onome Ebi, who's the oldest player of this year's edition, insists that the record African champions are capable of beating any side at the tournament ahead of the quarterfinal battle against the Lionesses of England. Of course, Lions have been teamed as overwhelming favorites for the clash, despite the Falcons boasting a better head-to-head statistics over the European foes. Now, one thing is certain: it's a big match. At this point in time, should we be scared? Should we be scared?
Is that question for me?
It's for you.
At this point in time, should England be scared?
Wow.
That is the question. That should be the question. Should they be scared? Why should we be scared? We shouldn't be intimidated. We are playing the same match. We are playing the same football. We have 11, they are 11.
We are chasing the same round letter.
Right? Inside the nets. So we should both be scared of each other, because like we said, or like Ajibade said, Rashida, when she was interviewed, she said she respects England. Yes, we respect them, but don't let it corner you, don't let it overshadow you, don't let it overpower you, that you just say, oh, because this is England, we are scared. No, don't let it do, because it happens to most African countries. Wherever we go to, we are playing outside, we see that they are respecting them, and they're now dwindling in what they can do. Their individual brilliance is slow, their individual brilliance has reduced and everything. No, let it shine for this is the World Cup. Till next 4 years before you can actually play again in the World Cup. So you don't know if you play, you don't know if you might be injured. So let them play and let them play well. We have, like you said, we have better record against them. We won twice. The 3 times we played together, and our most goals were 3 goals, 3 new. That's 3-2. 2004. We won 1-0 in 2002. The last one we lost. That's in the World Cup in 1995, and that was the only time we lost against them. So we can do it. And the fact is, do you know I'm excited about this match? Is the fact that England colonized us, and we are playing against them. Some people said we're going to revenge. Let's see that. We can't wait to see that. We can't wait to see how they will play, and they should play well. They should play with their heart. They should play with everything they have. See, being in round of 16 at the World Cup is a big deal.
Of course,
it is a big deal. It is a big. So
I expect them to go to the field to go and play like they should play like anything. They should play African football.
That's why Japan are playing the way they are playing.
Yes,
2019 they got knocked out in round of 16.
Yes,
and this year they came out and played like we are surpassing this one.
Asian power.
We are world champions in 2011 now, so they have to show them that no now you guys can't do that, and that's what they do, and that's what I expect Nigerians to do. We are the best in Africa. Let us show that we are the best in Africa.
South Africa is now, Sha.
We are still the best in Africa. We are number 1 in Africa, so it doesn't matter.
I mean, I feel like all of these teams actually have the same thing in common. I'm talking about the African side.
Yeah, they're playing against all their colonized countries.
It feels like we all have the same thing in common, because the South Africans now they're playing against a certain Netherlands side. Talking about rankings, you know that they are far apart. But then when we look at everything that is happening back home, administration, sport, admission, and every other thing, you feel like it has actually taken all of these guys a lot of guts to get to where they are right now, and then they have everything, to make sure that they show that yes, we can do all of these things. So I mean, for the Super Falcons, nobody's actually rating them now, but then they just need to show the world that
exactly
we can teach forward. Because England used to believe that football came from them, so we can teach them how to play this football, because we know how to play.
They always say that it comes from them.
Yeah, so we actually it's no problem that we learnt it, but then we are working now to make sure that we get better at and then take a look at. This is not the time to start analyzing all of these, players over and over again. But we know that we have exceptional talent.
Yeah, we do.
I mean, you have a tank in that team. I'm talking about Christy Ucheibe now, because I've not seen anybody who can actually match up with what she's been doing in the out of defense or the Falcons and a couple of other players. So I mean, we have everything. It's just for us to go for the win.
And what we need to do is to hold our midfield. If our midfield can be very strong against England, forget it.
All right. And the South Africans to work on their defense, because that's their major problem. They are not good at set pieces. Against Argentina, that game against Argentina, the last Argentina goal was from a set piece. The game they drew 2-2. The game they drew 2-2. Okay, the Argentina was 2-2. The first one they lost 2-1. The first one they lost 2-1 was a corner kick against Italy. Italy must have actually come back again.
Yeah, they would have. So they need to work. And this Netherlands team, they can score goals. That's just the thing.
I'm happy for them though that this Viviane Madena is out, but then you still have other dangerous players, because I mean all of their guys are actually playing outside. But then maybe just one player you can say is from playing outside in the South African side. This Katlana, she's the only experienced player within that rank. So I mean,
all right,
a lot of work to do.
Okay, in the meantime, but of course, let's take a look at what the numbers are saying across all different statistics and platforms. Right now, according to permutations, right now the win ratio for Nigeria to England is 75-8%. That is, people are giving like there's a 75% chance to England to win this match against Nigeria. Why they've given Nigeria a 8% chance to win this match. That is, they were going as much as underdogs. But nonetheless,
I mean, if you come out to win this game,
it's over.
To be like
it's like
they didn't believe in us, but God did.
God did.
They didn't believe in us.
Nonetheless, let's hear from you, our listeners out there. Do you think the Falcons can do this? Do you think, of course, they can beat the English squad and the knockout stages of the Women's World Cup to progress to the last 8 in that World Cup. Of course, you can call us via phone line 070010211021 and text us on WhatsApp or normal text message at 0907-224-5018. We're asking the question, of course, what are your predictions for the match between Nigeria and England on Monday? Do you think the Falcons can do the needful and beat the English squad, or do you believe that, you know what, this might just be the last stop for us as regards the World Cup? Let us know your thoughts. Let us know, of course, what you think via calls 070010211021 or text us on WhatsApp 0907-224-5018 is the number you can text us on. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go on to some other stories and making the rounds in the world of sport. And we got this one coming out of the world of the transfer stories. And we can tell you for certain it's getting interesting with regards to transfer. And Man United have gotten themselves a gem. Well, some people say it's a gem, some people say it's not a gem, some say it's a gem, some say it's a let's wait and see. But nonetheless, Man United have completed a £72 million signing of Denmark striker Rasmus Højlund from Atalanta. 20-year-old who joined the Serie A side in 2022, scored 10 goals in 34 appearances last season and moves to Old Trafford on a 5-year deal. He's still seeking a bit of fan of this club, so I was a small boy. That's what everybody says really when they sign a club. It's United's manager Erik ten Hag's third summer signing after Mason Mount signed from Chelsea and Milan goalkeeper Andrew Onana signed for £7.2 million. Ligue 1 champions Paris Saint-Germain were also interested in Højlund as a potential replacement for France's captain Kylian Mbappe, whose immediate future is unclear. However, Man U were the one that were able to pay the piper and dictate the tune. But of course, Højlund will miss the opening weeks of the 2023-2024 season, which will begin against Wolves on Monday, the 4th of August, after picking a small injury during preseason training with Atlanta. However, it's going to be ready to go later in the season. And of course, Man U fans have been talking. Man U fans have been talking about it, and when they're saying maybe this might just be like the best signing for Man United since Ronaldo.
Which one?
AY, do you agree?
Well, I mean, he can actually live up to that expectation because, he's still a young lad. And then, I tell you, he's actually doing numbers at this early stage. But then we can also compare him to some players who actually did almost the same thing. But when they were actually getting to the peak of their careers, they tend to dwindle. I mean, with all due respect, there was a certain plateau back then. I mean, he was actually giving flashes of being an incredible player, but
El Shaarawy is there.
El Shaarawy. I mean, but then at the end of the day, he lost. I mean, they lost their track and all of those. But then we can always give this guy, the chance. And then he's coming into this Erik ten Hag side. And then for me, I feel like anything ten Hag is cooking, then he should just cook it for every one of us. Because right now, he seems to be building an army right now. And then, I mean, he's on some kind of right track, if you ask me. Because even for all of these players, they seem to be paying less than the actual amount the teams are actually looking to sell this player. So it feels like you need to credit people that are actually working at the back with Eric, and then everybody that is actually getting all of these transfers done, and then right on time before the start of the season. Because I tell you, as our last season or 2 seasons ago, right by now, Man United will still be dragging on which player to sign. And then it was actually the switch from Harry Kane to Højlund for me.
Amazing. We didn't see it coming.
As our last season, if you're to be starting Edu Drod or maybe Ole, I tell you, we'll still be, pestering Daniel Levy right now. And make sure we get Harry Kane. And I tell you, Daniel Levy is out of England now. He's on holiday now. He's actually pended the Bayern Munich deal, so he didn't respond to them. I mean, this is some kind of, I don't know, I don't want to call him a crazy man, but then he finds it hard to sell players. I remember, Babatov had to slug it out before he was able to leave that Tottenham Hotspur side.
You have to call your head.
Look at what he did to Luka Modric as well. I mean, he's not always willing to sell players. But then let's just hope, as the season goes on, maybe Harry Kane himself will feel like I need to win something. Because right now it feels like we are the one that are concerned about him. He's not really concerned about, want it.
Why are you sleeping and waking up with him?
If he wants to, then he might have actually tried to force this transfer.
What you're saying, you don't know what's going on.
He should let him come out openly and force it. I mean, it's not about being.
If he's shy, if he's not a public person, it's about football that is public.
You should deal with it then.
All right. Nonetheless, let's see how it goes. My own is I just play. This is not like you said another addition to that list of players that will come to Man United and will not deliver.
It is not. All things are passed away.
Man U signings in the last couple of years are a case of great potential.
No.
Comes to Man U.
If you're talking about last couple of years, you need to
which of the signings?
Only
Exactly.
Probably
some players
only Bruno Fernandes and maybe just maybe only Bruno Fernandes and maybe Memphis. They started Memphis Depay. Were the ones that were not. But of course, Memphis had a bad time in Man United.
Okay, yeah.
But of course, only Bruno Fernandes right now is the only player right now in Man United. Man U has signed the last couple. I paid big money for.
What of Martinez? You to sign? Did we go and drag him from? So we need to sign him.
Martinez is not that. Honestly, in my own books, I don't feel Martinez is an exceptional player. He's an average player. It's an alright player.
I'm not going to argue about that.
You remember United actually had a dark time at the point in time. When Man United had to
leave him alone. I don't need to argue about that today.
United was actually in dark time. That the likes of Hannibal Mejri were starting games for Manchester United.
Yeah.
You had Aaron Bissaka. You had Scott McTominay, you had Lindelof pairing with what's this guy Maguire out of defense. You have a certain Edison Cavani's topping for Manchester United. I mean, those are dark times. But then in recent years, I mean, let's talk about even the last 2 seasons now. I mean, there's been a lot more difference in this Manchester United side.
Ratio to good signings to Barcelona Man United as it's a 90-10 ratio.
Maybe not 90 to 10.
No. Listen, we sign good players, but when they come in, is what you say. It's not like we don't sign good players.
That's what I'm saying. It's a case of
or maybe good players don't want to come to Manchester United at a point in time.
It's a case of these guys are so we see them like this, like they're looking so nice and flashy, and they buy into Man United and like everything dies.
Manchester United is bad luck.
I don't know. Maybe Old Trafford has some juju.
Take a look at this. I mean, if it would be maybe last 2 seasons or 3 seasons ago, I tell you for fact, Ojulon would not have ended up at Manchester United.
Yeah, at all.
I mean,
because of the type of
it has been better this season.
A certain players actually came out and said they want to get the signature.
Yeah.
Even certain Amrabat now. So it's more like players who actually want to play for Manchester United now.
Unlike before, if it was before, Manchester United would have signed 2 players. They always stall on players. They always stall on signing players. You see them, Manchester United was to buy. And we don't sign any players to the season, and January, that's when we not sign January transfer window.
Alvarez ended up at Manchester City. United scouted him first.
Exactly. It's different now. It's actually different.
Okay, let's see how it pans out. Well, good thing he has 5 years to prove himself. That's if he doesn't go out on loan in the long run. But of course, but now I'm saying he has 5 years to prove himself. He has 5 years, so it's a good thing. Let's pray and hope that goes well.
Well, if it happens that it happens. A certain Anthony Martial also had maybe more than 5 years to prove himself.
But of course, did not get anything. He did not marshal anything for Man U, but it's fine. Ladies and gentlemen, Man U is not the only one buying in Manchester. Manchester are also buying. They signed Croatian centre back Josko Gvardiol from, of course, RB Leipzig. Manchester have also completed the signing of Croatian centre back Josko Gvardiol on a 5-year deal from RB Leipzig for 90 million euros. That's 77 million pounds. He's the second most expensive defender of all time after Harry Maguire, who joined Man United for 80 million pounds from Leicester in 2019. Gvardiol, 21, has impressed in 2 seasons at Leipzig after joining from Dynamo Zagreb in July 2021. Of course, same thing is said. I've always dreamed one day of playing for this club, and he's doing so in Man City right now. Gvardiol has been capped 21 times for Croatia and has helped the side finish third at the 2022 World Cup, as well as runners-up to Spain in this year's Nation League. And of course, wear number 24 shirt at Man City. Man, what exactly is Guardiola cooking with his signings? Is the question we need to ask. And it's like someone is stealing from his book. I'm talking about Arteta now. Because guys also buy. Both of them have right now. Man City and Arsenal have the most expensive squad.
Yeah.
The only difference probably a few millions pounds between them. But 1.19 billion is the total squad for Man City. 1.21 billion total squad for value for Arsenal at the moment. So what's going on? What's this cooking?
Well, anything can be cooking. We are cooking rice. We're cooking rice with timber and caliber. But it's so good too. But then I feel like for Guardiola, I mean, it's as though he has a blueprint of everything he wants to do. Because I mean, this guy is a Croatian, and then just when did he sign a Croatian from Chelsea?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just looking at that link up now, talking about Kovacic now. So it's good, just more like helping this Gavidor to settle in the English Premier League. But then, just like I mentioned at the start of the show, this squad really is more like a star-studded squad. I mean, he has everything within that defense, and then hopefully this guy just come in and is able to get his own place. Because we know a couple of times when you are not able to deliver, I mean, it doesn't take him anything. The next season you might just be on the waiting list to get out of of his squad. We are actually seeing that with a certain Cancelo now, though I mean it might actually be some kind of internal fracas between himself and Cancelo, but then right now he wants Cancelo out of the team. So
he always has. What is this now?
That's a typical Pep Guardiola for you. I mean, if you are not dancing to his tune, then you just have to go find your just find your
club,
just find your ex somewhere else. And then so hopefully this guy just gets to settle into that squad. But then we know he's going to have a lot of job to do to be able to get a place in that defense.
Definitely,
the long list of guys who are actually in that way. You have a certain John Stones as well, apart from the likes of Manuel Akonji, Nathan Ake, Amir Laporte, and a couple of others. So I mean, it's going to be a good one. So let's just see how he's able to do it. He's done it at RB Leipzig, but then Leipzig is different from Manchester City, though.
Very, very
Leipzig
different.
is different from Man United, Man City, and of course, Germany is different from England.
Yeah,
very, very.
But then I don't want to succumb to that.
They should go and ask Werner.
I want to take a cue
go and ask Timo Werner and ask what's at the Havertz.
I want to take a cue from players who actually at a point in time when teams are looking to sign these players. Some people would tend to talk about probably their height or the league they are coming from. As much as we see people who actually struggle, we see some who actually get the ground running.
Yeah, definitely.
So I mean, we can always give them a chance to show. I mean, this same Erling Haaland came from a certain German Bundesliga, and then he came and then he took everyone by a storm, scoring over 30 goals in his first season. I mean, that's some kind of thing we should, but not the other side of the fact that some people did not do it well. I mean, talking about defenders, there was a time when people were calling for the head of Manchester United that they are signing a short man for a defender, but we've seen how that short man is everybody's nightmare now. Nobody wants to go up against a certain Lautaro Martinez. So it's always like that. So I mean, as much as we have people who struggle, we have guys who tend to hit the ground running.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, more signings for Chelsea. Robert Sanchez has committed £25 million move from Brighton and Hove Albion to Stamford Bridge. Signed as Spanish goalkeeper Robert Sanchez, 25-year-old, moves to Stamford Bridge on a 7-year deal. Sanchez made 23 league appearances for Brighton before losing his starting place to Jason Steele. Robert's a great guy and a really good player, but being a coach sometimes means making difficult and painful decisions for the team. Brighton boss Roberto De Zerbi said. And of course, Sanchez joined Brighton on as a 15-year-old in 2013 from La Liga side Levante and signed his first contract for the Seagulls 2 years later at the age of 17. However, right now, Sanchez to Chelsea. Chelsea to what are they cooking? A lot of names that they have been buying. Nobody knows the names, but but like I said,
signed one Axel Diaz.
Trust Pochettino to always do wonders with unknown names. So what he did Tottenham. And let's see how what he's going to do with Chelsea again.
Wait.
All right. In the meantime, let us go away and, of course, go home on the show today. I want to say a big thank you to, of course, Tommy with the EY and AY the wish you were coming on the show today. Premier League resumes next week, Friday. We are excited.
The league is here.
And because we're going to be looking at all the major matches. So stick around, Sports Hub across the week, or within the Premier League special, where we look at, of course, team preparation for the new week, as for the new season, and looking at the chances of the teams against these other teams, and who likely will be, are we going to be seen as the boss? Who will be the Champions League, or who will be the Premiership winner at the end of this season.
Okay.
All right, let's go. And when we come back at 3 o'clock with time for, of course, Aria Extra. Stick around. My name is Eddie to the Radio OG. Have a wonderful rest of your Saturday and stay sporty. Goodbye.